Good evening, my beautiful people. Y'all, do it look like I've been crying? Do it look like it? Because when I was preparing for this video, I was just like boo-hooing because I was so grateful for the Lord and how he just pulled me out of my 9 to 5, literally on my deathbed, to where I am today. Because I had a comment. Somebody asked me, how did I put together this plan to leave my 9 to 5? Like, what did you do every day? How did you formulate the plan? And I was like, all right, that's a good video. So I told her I was going to, do this video just for her. And so I got my little notes in my notepad, my iPad, and I said, what did I do every day? Like, how did I do it? And I went to work. And so I was sitting there reflecting, and I was just so grateful. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so grateful. And so I'm gonna just let y'all know, when it comes to these videos, I'm not editing. I'm not doing none of that. So y'all gonna get the raw, the real, the ghetto, the funny, the sophisticated, the intelligent, the God's girl. Y'all gonna get all of her, okay? Now, I had to take my bonnet off. I didn't want to scare y'all too much because, I got some subscribers from about a year ago. And I don't want to scare them. And then I got the new subscribers. Hey, y'all, I got some new family, right? Don't want to scare y'all too bad. And then I have my students. Y'all be watching my videos. Hey, y'all be watching my videos. I see y'all in the comments. So I had to take this bonnet off my head, but I was going to wear it. Okay, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into this video. So we are going to talk about, having this major goal, right? My example, my major goal was to leave my 9 to 5 in 3 years. Okay? You have this major goal, and what are the micro goals or the micro steps that you have to accomplish that major goal, right? So I wrote it down. So this is what I need you to do. For those of you that want to leave your job and start a business or whatever. Let's say that your goal is to start a digital product and you're going to market that mug on social media, on Instagram and TikTok. Okay? You want this business because you want to make the monies in your sleep. And then, you want it to eventually replace your 9 to 5 income so you can get up out that joint. Okay, so on your paper, the major goal at the top, I'm going to need you to put launch your digital marketing business. Okay, let's continue. All right. Now, my major goal was to leave my job in 3 years. I want you to do this too. Right next to your major goal, I want you to put a date on it. Put a date on it, because what did the Lord say? He said, write it down and make it plain. He said, write it down and make it plain. So in faith, I want you to write it down, make it plain. I put July 2nd, 2021. July 2nd, 2021 was 3 years in the future. But I wrote it down anyway. And I wrote it down. July 2nd is a day before my birthday. So I wanted to leave that job and celebrate on my birthday. And I did. But anyway, we're going to lock in. We're going to stay focused. So we have to you should put the major goal at the top of the page, right? Okay. Now we're going to move down to like the milestones, like the key milestones that you have to put in place. Now, I'm going to give you some examples. I wrote it down. Okay. So one of my key milestones was I had to find a third job, y'all. I told y'all in the last video, I worked 2 full-time jobs, one working in IT, desktop support in DC. And so the second job was a job from home. It was database consultant for a newspaper company. And then the third job that I was seeking was a restaurant job. Boy, I was a buster. I was a buster. And I worked at, if y'all from the DMV, y'all probably know, is it F Street? It's the Lit Street in DC, Cork Wine Bar. Cork Wine Bar, and it was lit. It was a nice little upscale restaurant, and all I did was shine glasses all day. I told the manager that I was gonna put my twin sister through medical school. That's how I got the job, and I didn't, like, that wasn't the reason for the job. The reason for the job was to put that money in the stocks. Let me tell you why. So I had just bought a house. I bought my house at 22 years old, which is wild. Brand new house at 22 years old. And I was not trying to use all my savings because I just bought a house, and that's major, right? So I said I'd rather work. So I went out, got this job as a busser, shining wine glasses and all that stuff. It was interesting, but I needed the money to put into my stock account so I could start trading, right? Okay, so that was number one. Find the job, okay? 2 was to find a stock that I can afford. Now, the stock was, at the time, AMD. I think AMD was at like $50. So I needed to invest $5,000 because the strategy that I trade, you must own 100 shares of the stock so that you can trade it. And so I needed $5,000. So I went to the Cork Wine Bar and stacked up on my checks, and I put it in a savings account so I can get that stock. So you gotta write down, was key milestone number 2, right? The third key milestone was to master and study. Master the strategy and keep studying, right? So write down your 3 key milestones that you just gonna need to get it done. You just gonna need to do it, right? All right, so now we got the action items, okay? We got the action items. Now, the action items are basically, what are you gonna do every day to, get you closer to that goal? What you gonna do every day to get you closer to the goal? Now, I wrote down, when I was sitting there brainstorming on what I did, one of the things, from the milestones, I said I gotta master, right? Okay, so I had to master. The only way I'm gonna do it is if I'm driving, find a podcast that's talking about stocks. My drive to work was about 1 hour and 15 minutes. Find a podcast where they talk about stocks. I don't care. As long as I hear it every single day, I will eventually pick up what they putting down. Okay, so I had to listen to a podcast on the way to work. Then I had to have my 15 minutes of prayer in the parking lot when I get to work. Now, let me tell you what I did. I turned on the song Encourage Yourself because I felt like I was on my deathbed. And baby, let me tell you, the hospital visits, all that was crazy. It was just getting to me. My illness was bad. Okay, juvenile type 1 diabetes. Do I have my little thing on? Yeah, and I just took the other thing off my stomach before this video. I need to put my insulin pump back on. But anyway, felt like I was on my deathbed, burnt the heck out, just tired. And I knew trading stocks was going to be my way out, right? So 15 minutes of prayer. And all I did was thank God for everything I desired during my prayer time. I also, not only did I thank God, I reminded him of his promises. I'm the head, not the tail. I'm above, not beneath. I'm the lender, not the borrower. Y'all, I had so many Bible verses. I was just reminding him of his promises, right? And then another thing I did, let's see, prayer, being thankful, reminding God of his promises. Listen to Encourage Yourself every morning because I had to meditate. I had to get myself amped up so I can, go in there, work and get it done and come home, right? So those were the things I did. And it was just it just motivated me. It kept me grounded. It kept me energized. It kept me going, right? So that was another thing that I did every single day. I also studied during my downtime at work. In case I had a downtime, baby, I would be on stocks. I would be searching on Google literally any and everything so I can learn. For lunch break, I would write down my income goal plan. So the strategy that I trade, you know how much you're making. And if you reinvest, you know how much you're making. And then you reinvest, you know how much you're making. And then once you make that, you make more, you make more, you make more if you reinvest. So I had a reinvestment strategy. And what I did was I wrote it down. I'm going to elaborate more on that in a second. But I rewrote that plan every day. So we're going to get back to that. And then 3 or 4 or 5, I don't even know where I'm at. I stayed encouraged. So staying encouraged might look different for you, or how I stayed encouraged might look different to you. One of the things I did, baby, I prayed all day, and I still do pray all day. I know the Lord tired of me. He tired of me. But I prayed all day long. But I don't pray in a spirit of begging. No. I pray in the spirit of what is the word I'm looking for? Praying in the spirit of, what is the word I'm looking for? I'm not begging though. I don't do that begging stuff. Like the way I pray is like it already happened. I'm gonna come back with you. I'm gonna come back to y'all in like how I pray in the spirit of, what is the word? In the spirit of, I'm gonna come back. But anyways, I don't pray. When I pray, I'm not begging God because I know his promises. So it's like I'm rejoicing. I'm claiming it. Like I'm excited. I'm full of faith. And I think that's probably one of my gifts. Like I have a spirit of faith. I don't know. But anyway, I always encourage myself. So maybe encouraging yourself might look different. Maybe you have sticky notes all over your house that say, this is another one I did, so it came to mind. I retired at 24 and fired my boss. Yeah, I put, I retired from my 9 to 5 and I retired myself from the 9 to 5 at 24 and fired my boss. Something like that. I put and stuck it, all over the house, on my mirrors, all over the place. And that could be another way that, you encourage yourself. You just got to figure out ways to keep yourself going, because when you down in the dirt, you try and get yourself up out the mud. You got to be the one to encourage yourself. Nobody else but you. So go ahead and figure that out. Figure out how you're going to encourage yourself right now. Maybe you need to blast some gospel, some Christian music. Maybe you need to cry, kick, scream, but you're going to get your tail back up. And we're going to do this plan again, Ama. But anyway, so let me elaborate on my rewriting of my goals, my income goal. Stock market income goal every day. So this is how it works. Every Monday you trade, you have a certain income that you make per month, right? You can easily come up with a reinvestment plan and increase it. So I will put January 2018, this amount. February 2018, this amount. March 2018, this amount. Then I'm like, you save it, you save it, you save it. And I was circling the stuff, and I was like, all right, this is the... after I was circling all that, calculated, and I'm like, all right, boom. I done saved, for an example, $2,000. Now I'm about to reinvest that back into the stock, and now I can make a higher income. All right, now, boom. July, I'm here. July 2018. August 2018. September 2018. Then I'm circling. All right, adding it up. All right, boom. Now I'm going to reinvest that. Now I'm at 4K a month. All right, we almost there. We almost there. You get me? I'm just throwing out numbers, by the way. Just throwing out numbers. But that's how I did it. So I'm going to show y'all. I have this, it was like this little sticky note, this little sticky note notebook pad thing. It was like this big. It was like this big. Took it from one of the little shelving at my job. I was supposed to use it for work, but I use it for my goal to get the hit about that joint. And so I would just snatch it, crumble it all up, toss it to the side every day on my lunch break. January 2018, I'm making this. February 2018, I'm making this. March 2018, I'm making this. All right, that's 3 months. We about to reinvest. All right, boom. April 2018, I'm making this. May 2018, June 2018. All right, that's 3 months. We're gonna reinvest. Now I'm making this. We're getting closer to leaving this job. All right. I wrote the plan, rewrote my income plan every single day. So you could definitely approach your goals the same way. If you have to, do it. On a whole separate sheet, I used to do this, but after a while, it was embedded in my head. Like at some point, it becomes, what is it called? You get used to doing it. What is it? A routine. At some point, it becomes a routine. In the beginning, if you have to write down your milestones and your key milestones and your daily tasks, do that. But at some point you don't have to do it no more. Like I ain't have to do that no more, but I kept writing down my goals. And that is what also kept me very encouraged. Like I was like, I could do it. 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 Now, if this was helpful for you, please let your girl know in the comments. Put in the comments, girl, this fire. And I want you to type it the way I said it. So I want you to say, girl, this was fire. I want you to type it like that. However I said it, type it like that in the chat, in the comments. And if you have any video that you want me to maybe teach on, a topic, something you need help with, I can break that mug down for you, give you some strategies and tools and all that good stuff. I got you, okay? I got you. And if you want to learn a little bit about stock market trading, I do host a class. It's for free. Check the link in the description. Go ahead, sign up for the next class, and I'll see you there. But anyways, I hope this was good to you. I hope it was, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. All right, bye-bye. I'm going to go ahead and put my bonnet on. Bye.